I have no idea. I did appreciate Are You Afraid of the Dark? At least until Goosebumps had their TV show.
Oh yeah, I watched a lot of that too. The Adventures of Pete and Pete. I did watch that. I was like, Tim and Tim? What was another
Ghost?
Ghost one?
I was just gonna say the Goosebumps TV show was like shockingly good, but it was like it landed just like a little bit too late to actually be popular enough.
Artie claims an array of eccentric but apparently legitimate superpowers. He can skip stones on Neptune, move an entire house by an inch, turn Hat Head into a jack-o'-lantern, and hit a golf ball 300,003 yards, among other feats. This is from the Wikipedia page.
Wait, that is a lot of yards.
That honestly sounds like a character Weird Al would make up.
I mean, I like to think most things from the 90s are derivative of Weird Al.
I mean, this does sound like a build from Goblin with a fat ass.
No,
right. When are we going to play that?
UHF came out, and then a bunch of weird 90s shit happened after, and I do see the connection.
I kind of wish they kept some of the more competition-focused games like Guts and Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Wait, did you want to get a piece of the aggro, Craig, for yourself?
I don't know anyone who didn't.
I thought they were bringing back the Legends of the Hidden Temple.
And I hope that they do, because...
They made a whole movie about it.
Wait, what? Movie?
Yeah.
Don't say it's Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Don't say it.
No, they actually made like a Legends of the Hidden Temple movie. like multiple years ago. Like, this is a thing that happened. I don't know.
The music from Legends of the Hidden Temple, by the way, unironically still slaps. Like when he's like, "You can stop," and you hear that. Ooh.
Oh yeah, no, that takes you back.
Yeah. Whew. The Shrine of the Silver Monkey.
Oh, shrine. I mean, that's like just most D&D campaigns, right? That was just LARPing.
Mm-hmm. You must go through the temple and find the pieces of the puzzle.
Oh, that's just PvP D&D. That's what I want.
PvP D&D.
It looks like they did bring it back in 2021 with adults on the show, but only lasted one season.
Oh.
Yeah.
Adults?
Yeah, adults ruin everything.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
Was it better than the, I want to say, Netflix attempt at making a competition out of The Floor is Lava?
Oh my god, that's such a terrible show. We tried 2 episodes. It's like 5 minutes of people actually like playing the game and like 25 minutes of listening to inane suburban white folks' backstories. Like, no thank you. I don't need to know what Jonathan and his like brother and mother do in fucking Columbus, Ohio. Like, I don't care.
But it's very interesting and important to their backstory. And they're eliminated.
Well, you know what? Jonathan can't run across fucking exercise balls for shit. So
I'm honestly surprised you gave that a shot. I tried to watch the Netflix, what was it? Oh, Jesus. I can't remember anything. The Squid Game.
Oh, no, definitely
it was not good. It got a little better towards the end, but I did not enjoy it.
All I needed to know was like a whole bunch of contestants got like actual permanent nerve damage from that show, and I was like, oh, so they actually faithfully adapted Squid Games. Cool.
How did they get nerve damage? It seemed like all of the competitions were so easy.
I don't know exactly how. I don't remember. It was some article though that a bunch of people were suing because they got actual like nerve damage from one of the challenges.
Huh.
I don't know.
I was like, cookie licking?
I did think when I watched the Floor is Lava, I was like, maybe it's like captures a little bit of the magic of MXC. Nope, it didn't do that.
No.
And
nothing has.
Although you know what actually was good? Nicole and I watched was it like Fit 100 or whatever, like the Korean like fitness competition show on Netflix. Actually really fucking good. Like, we were just absorbed.
Oh,
like the actual like competition design and everything was just like so good and then like they do a really good job of making people compelling characters, and like I don't know, it was a really solid like complete package of cool competition show.
That's cool. Since Yana and I both really like competition shows. Like he's obsessed with Survivor and stuff. Fit 100. I'll have to give that a shot.
Yeah, and if you like fit Korean people, I mean, there's a lot of them.
2 thumbs up.
So many shirtless dudes and dudettes. So many.
Sold. Instantly. And speaking of selling, sorry if I'm still kind of recovering from whatever is trying to invade my body from earlier in the week. So if I am clearing my throat or muting myself, you will know why. I'm probably coughing. But in the meantime, let us get started with some D&D. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you all have had a fantastic couple of days away from me. Thanks for doing the makeup session. That is always super fun. I'm glad to be back. Unfortunately, I could not progress Kamos on Monday. However, we will trudge on. Let us do a quick recap of last session that happened on Saturday, for those who don't remember. And we'll get right into it. Previously, on Arctis Ascended, you all have survived the trial of Tapio, and managed to not only put Eris's greatest worries to rest, but you have also managed to show the mysterious world tree of the ethereal that you were capable and competent enough to both be powerful friends of Eris Lunesti, and potentially, as Rain had quipped to Tapio, the slayers of any errant somniari that may get out of the control and want to use the dreaming to their own advantage. But whether that guess is true or not, you all have found yourselves back in House Lunesti when you have awoken, and you have found yourselves to have been asleep for about 5 days. Some of you are in better shape than others. As Rain wakes up next to her betrothed, who's sleeping much more soundly than she has ever seen him sleep before, the Moonblade has finally considered Eris worthy of the throne. And soon, preparations will begin on crowning the new King of Maginox and Queen. Seeing to your friends, Bonsai and Wangdoodle, they too have come out of the dreaming hale and whole. Drion, however, has taken a significant wound. Not physically, but to his pride. The ringing, the sounds of battle still echo in Drion's ears as he is reminded of his failure and being so close to death, or whatever that would happen if you die in the dream. Would you die in real life? Strange thoughts race through Drion's head as the near-death experience reminded him of his own wavering mortality. And as he has been brought back into the fold, he found himself being taken care of by the satyr from the south, Kire. And despite Drion's very loud objections to the contrary, she has seen to his mental and some physical wounds, even though she had taken a wound herself in trying to subdue Drion, while he fought off invisible remnants of his dream and thrashed in the physical world. Excuse me. After awaking to some aromatherapy and other calming words of affirmation, which is possibly the worst thing that Drion could experience, the rest of the party had gone upstairs in order to plan their next steps. Multiple things were falling into place, finally. And, well, Seems like Dreon just needed a little bit of extra sleep in order to rest and recover. Upstairs, the crew from the Audacity had joined everyone in House Lunesti, and the castle was abuzz with news and collaboration. Now that the Moonblade found Eris worthy, and the last pigment has been procured, you all can paint the portal in order to open the way to the Great Ice Library. However, due to a lot of things that have happened in Maginox, for the people's sake, and in order to prevent further unrest within the great city, it might be time to let down the sword for just a moment and partake in a little bit of celebration. The crowning of a new king and queen was not something that should go on deaf and uninterested ears, no. The city thrived and, well, depended on excitement and tourism. And the crowning of a new king and queen would surely shock the residents and, inspire them. So they would leave their homes and once again make Maginox a beautiful and bustling place for the creatures of the night to live. After they've been under the yoke of the House Vicatus for so long, a little bit of levity might be needed. And so, the various people of your airship crew have been put on some party planning duties. Some of them, there's a lot of steps you're going to need to do, but venue, decorations, all sorts of things are going to need to be planned. And honestly, it's been a while since you all have just been in Maginox proper. Also, for the time being, the appearance of the pyramid in the middle of the city has and the appearance of Dennis, the mummy, has found to not be a clear and present danger. But you do know there is a clockwork army of mummies bound in brass sitting right underneath Maginox, and just under that, a simmering civil war between the lava drow and the earth ganassi that lived near the lava flows underground. But what was causing those tensions? And why do the Vakarans hate Maginox so much? There's a lot of history steeped there, and unfortunately Dreon probably missed a lot of it and probably wouldn't care anyway. Wangdoodle, with his shipment from Lu, has made sure that the Audacity will be loaded with specialty cannons, and you'll put that dragon skull to use, firing out a powerful disintegration laser and ensuring that anything that might want to intrude on the coronation ceremony from above would be met with swift, and violent violence. Aha. But as you prepare, it might be good to at least get to know the city a little bit and to clear up any loose ends that may be necessary. Bonsai, it might be good for you to, ensure that there are no lingering demons in Maginox, which would be something that the curious Triton woman from the south would love to find out and use against Rain. Dreon, you are still being taken care of by Kire, and she is seeing to your mental strife in the way she knows how, mostly by aromatherapy and giving you a lot of space. Rain, while the coronation might seem annoying at best to you, you understand that it is very important that the future united people have a leader, someone they can look up to. And as much as you hate it, it's going to be you and Eris. Excuse me. Wangdoodle, the thoughts of Lu in Eris's dream still linger in your mind. Do you remember Lou... Excuse me, sorry, I'm still kind of clearing my throat. Being very insistent about you meeting up with Rain, and also a curious note from your mother that she has relocated from Borealis to Maginox, has left you with some lingering thoughts. Should you go visit your mother, even though she is a bit estranged from you as you have gone your own way and left the large brood behind? And also, how does a kobold and her large brood get from one place to another without the power of a massive airship? You know they do exist in Borealis, and they cost a pretty penny, but why? For what purpose? There are a few lingering things that we all might want to figure out. One might be a venue for the ceremony. Food, vendors, and other fun things. Let us take a trip around Maginox today, as we return, let's say, to House Lunesti and the party planning committee. One moment, please. With the rest of the party coming up from the basement and party planning vigorously, Dreon, a couple hours pass, and finally your restlessness forces you to get out of bed. And Kira doesn't argue with you. She knows better than to argue with a very stubborn Leonin armed with a massive magical glaive. But she will inquire if you need anything before you head upstairs.
So is Dreon still sicko mode, or is he capable of doing things?
Dreon is still exhausted. He has taken a short rest, so his hit points will be more full, but he is still suffering from exhaustion until he takes a long rest. It's only been about 2 hours since you've been separated from the party planning committee, so if you wish to spend hit dice to regain hit points, you absolutely may.
So in character, I feel like actually Dreon would probably just try to sleep this off. I don't think he's just, it does not fit for him to wander around still fucked up. So just throwing that out there.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So he'd be long resting right now to try to get himself situated so that, we could go to the ice library and get moving.
Sounds good. For the rest of you, I'll let you decide what you would like to do from here. There's a couple things that you have assigned your various friends to do. Esther, Mora, Shar, and Grun. Oh, by the way, Grun has also offered his map-making skills in order, if you are interested in pursuing any of the leads down in Vicaris, that he would be able to show you the way. Grun is... he used to live in the mountains of Borealis, and is also familiar with many of the lava-created tunnels that spiral underneath Maginox.
Rain, I don't mean to be forward because I don't know how these meetings go, but are we done with the planning? I feel like I need to be out in the city, just making sure everything is okay.
Sure. Yeah, I think we're pretty much wrapped, right? But what do you mean in the city to make sure everything's what are you concerned about?
I just, as you were talking, I was kind of not paying attention, and was thinking that at any point, while you're planning all those festivities and things are moving around and there's all this chaos, demons could just come in anywhere. So I think I'm going to bide my time and patrol the city as much as possible, get to know it a little better.
Okay, do you have any leads, or are you just going to wander around for random demons?
I was going to start by wandering. Do you have a suggestion?
I mean, technically House Vicatus is still standing.
Is that a problem? Should we change that?
I think it should stand to be a park.
Ah. I think I understand what you're saying.
And for what it's worth, that's where most of the demons came from anyway. So.
Ah. Understood.
A park, or at least like a parking lot, you know? Everybody can park their horses and carriages there and shit all over the place.
So from what...
That'd be great. That would work perfectly. Bonsai gets up and starts walking towards the door.
So some of the things that you have found out while you have been in Maginox, well, at least not in Bonsai's lifetime, but in Saethius' lifetime, that these demons were commonly summoned through either rifts, like wounds in the walls between worlds, or nexus points of great power where the ley lines, multiple ley lines cross. Now, as not a child of Tapio, you don't really understand the spiritual ley lines as much as you would the ones in Aurelia, suffused with light. But there are... You do know that the Somniari have a loose connection to the World Tree, and some of their priest-like speakers do help heal through the mind. Can demons come through the mind, like you just saw with Eris? Was that a demon? There's certainly horrible things that you saw in his mind that seemed entirely real. Maybe the Somniari have more input on that. They are more closely tied to Tapio, but you have not seen any Arborians that are children of Tapio, which is also interesting.
Interesting musings, but yeah, Bonsai is going to be very focused on basically kind of riffing off Rain's idea, whether or not she realized it. But he's going to try to get as much of like the sentient plants that he can. Thank you. It's been a while. And basically just try to enlist as much help as possible as well, to try and just start landscaping around the Vicatus castle or palace, with as many sentient plants as possible. So if there is a demon uprising, there's at least going to be allies to help push it back.
You do know that there is a large garden that is tended to carefully by Catherine Ravensblood. It's called the Nightbloom Garden.
Yeah, so Bonsai is going to try to support that, and then also the Trifron plant thing that's been growing in their room on the Audacity.
Mm-hmm.
Very interested in trying to get that down as one of the prize growings.
Okay, where do you go? You you piece out to find... Do you go to the Nightbloom Garden, or you do try and find Catherine?
No, they wouldn't go to Catherine immediately. They would go to the Audacity, grab supplies, start like relaying it to some sort of staging place outside of the Vicatus house, using Saethius as a mount for all of this.
Okay. Wangdoodle, what do you do? What are your plans, at least, as we wrap up this first eve of you being back and give Drion a chance to rest?
Well, not gonna lie, the letter from Mom is kind of confusing. So, maybe see if anything, any extra work, if Esther needs any help. Otherwise, maybe try to go see what they're doing in the, at the start of the next morning.
Hmm. Rain, what are your immediate plans?
Well,
You could be worrying about keeping all of the various pieces of the pigments that you need to go to the Great Ice Library safe, or you could do whatever you want. You're queen, after all.
did we actually extract the pigment from the Moonblade yet? That
Not yet.
officially happened?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Eris is keeping the Moonblade at his side.
Maybe start with that so we can collect them all in one place, just in case anything happens to the Moonblade.
Where would you want to keep the retrieved pigments?
Oh, on her fucking person.
On her? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Very good.
Not that she doesn't trust anybody else, but she doesn't trust anybody else at this point with these. It's been too many MacGuffins, too many side quests.
They are too precious to lose at this point. Okay.
Anybody wants these, they're gonna have to take it over Rain's dead body.
You're not bluffing, it's your MacGuffin.
One moment. Trying to figure out who I want to start with today.
And then Rain would just go, and if, Bonsai's serious about clearing House Vicatus, like, Rain will throw some disintegrates and some fabricates in there, and we'll make that a nice, clean lot in the middle of town.
Yeah, Bonsai's not asking for permission, by the way. They're just going and, like, starting to renovate.
Wait, so I want to understand. Are you growing plants on House Vicatus, or are you disintegrating House Vicatus?
Okay, so
Why
there's
not
two...
both?
Yeah, we're gonna turn it into a fucking park.
You're going to turn it into a park?
Yep, that's what I'm getting from this.
You did say she was the queen and she could do whatever.
I did say that. I did say that.
Also, nature finds a way.
I have an idea for a lovely centerpiece to the garden, as well. If that's something that you're interested in, Bonsai.
The violent Animal Crossing episode.
I mean, it's your city as long as there's no demons. That's just where I draw the line.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. No demons.
You can't spell demons without demo. You need stuff blowing up. I mean, man.
That'd be a good start, too.
That's a good start. Let's see, 1 second.
All this is over the link, I assume.
Sure.
Drion's still getting the group text.
He is not while he's sleeping.
Yeah,
He is not getting any of this information.
The Roomba connection is just pinging in the corner while he sleeps. Bring, 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 bring.
But he would just hate everything. 1 moment, please. All right. Let us remove everyone from the map as you get everything ready. Bang doodle. And all the way down to the south. Bonsai and Sai. Will your first order of business officially be trying to turn House Vicatus into a park?
Was that a question?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. they'd probably start by going to the site and just surveying it from the air. But I don't see any better course of action.
Okay. Bonsai, as you head back to the airship and begin gathering up the small amount of plants that you have amassed along the way, the one that has been growing in the dreaming seems to have some trouble exiting the dreaming. As you try to take it out of the portal that connects Rain's construct and the real world, it becomes translucent and hazy. It still has a physical feel to it, but you can press against the plant enough in order to pass your hand through it. And as you hold it, it begins to visibly wilt, as its roots are in the dreaming and forcing it into an environment that is shocking it is not good for the plant.
Oh, that's no good. Rain, we're gonna need to, actually, no, this whole plan is broken.
Well, we don't have to do this, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll start elsewhere. Maybe we can come back to this. I might need to dismantle your whole dreaming situation thing, to kind of repot this plant. After your coronation, it might be better time because we could still use the airship right now.
Yeah, but no.
That's scope creep?
Can I command through the link? Is
No.
that a thing?
Line of sight.
Damn it.
Also, Raid is immune to command because
Yeah, she is immune to command.
I mean, Bonsai's like gotten to the point where, so yeah, like if like any guards or whatever, like if Bonsai needs their help to carry something, they're just casually like using command at this point, and having to do it over and over again to get like to last more than 6 seconds. But yeah, they're getting pretty used to just telling others what to do and forcing it to happen.
I'm gonna put you on the Audacity for a second.
All right.
One moment, please. Everyone can long rest after I put you on the new scene. In the new day, Bonsai does not show up. You do not see him at House Lunesti, and you do not see him flying above you do not see them flying above on Saethius. It causes you some concern, so the first place that you would probably look is the Audacity. And you can go from there. One moment, please. Who has cards? Who is flipping cards?
Oh, that was me. Sorry.
I can hear you.
I have a whole stack of TCG Live codes that I need to load in at some point.
Oh, hell yeah.
We have a dragon skull.
Oh my god! As it is dark, Bonsai, your normal vision radius is 10 feet, and you cannot see outside of that because it is dark. However, if you had a light source, of course, you could see the normal vision range. I just want to make sure that you know that your blind sight is just 10 feet, and then you have normal vision outside of the 10 feet. So you just can't see in the dark like normal people.
Yep.
Okay. As you all first check the Audacity for signs of Bonsai, there have been some upgrades to the ship, and your head of security, now Rowley instead of Harkin, and Harkin, assistant to the head of security, are both manning and polishing up the new cannons. Rowley in one of her hands has a piece of paper, and she is barking orders to Harkin. There are instructions about how to use the cannon, written in neat kobold script. Yes, and after we load up the cannon with the... Oh. Hello, everybody. I was just teaching Harkin here how to use the cannons. Thank you for the detailed instructions, Wangdoodle.
Oh, of course, yeah, no problem. Just remember that because those two are actually part of the modular part of the battery, that those will possibly, flip down to underneath the top deck, so make sure you have those locked and put in position before activating fire mode.
Absolutely. We were just going over some of the, things we have to do to keep it on the up and up. All these gears and knobs and, well, you made it simple enough for Harkin to use, that's for sure.
Yeah, see, look, if you go over to page 476, all right, look, you got three main levers here, right? So you've got your brake lever over here to make sure that your floor doesn't go upside down on you, right? And then you've got three here right at the cannon. You got a blue one, you got a yellow one, and you got a black one, okay? You pull the blue one, it's going to load your ammunition, right? And then you got your yellow one, right? Your yellow one, right? You're primed. And then black one, you pull it, and it makes a nice bang. And if you did it right, you fire something.
Ammo. Primed. Bang. Got it. Did you catch that, Harkin? The bugbear is looking down at the cannon. Bang, bang. B for bang. Bang is for black. Very good at this. What's why?
Really,
What's the orange button for?
Right. You go left to right. You go left to right.
Orange? No, there's not an orange option.
No. Blue, yellow, black. All right?
Blue is for bang?
No, blue is for bomb, right? Wangdoodle pulls on the blue lever. You hear rotating of gears as the shot is brought up and loaded into the cannon with a solid thunk. Right? Okay. So you hear that thunk, right? So you're loaded. Okay? And then what you do is you pull the yellow here. The yellow here, this is your fire, right? Okay, so you pull that. He pulls it, you hear this hiss of gas exhaust, going in and loading into a chamber back at the back end of the cannon. Okay? See, look. Now we've got the gas. Black powder. Wangdoodle then yanks on it, and you hear this rather concussive explosion as a slightly blue glowing cannonball flies out towards the east.
Yeah! I love that! That is the part that I want to do.
Okay. Now you see, now that we pulled that last one, you see how all three levers are back to where they're supposed to be?
Oh,
right?
yeah, they're all down.
Right. So what happens now is until that blue one comes up, you're not going to fire anything else. You got to go blue, yellow, black.
Blue, yellow, black. All right, Harkin, you can do this. It seems like the disintegration cannon is also ready to be tested. Although she puts a hand to the deck of the ship. It's making the ship warm. That's how it's supposed to be.
Well, did you prime the disintegration engine without actually activating disintegration mode?
I thought it needed to be primed just as long as the cannons.
Oh, well, yeah, that is going to all right, you're going to be able to cook your lunch down there just by opening the door. All right, let's get this activated. Up by the Ornithopter's parking area is a small control panel with a large green button. You would expect there to be an array. It's just one large green button. Wangdoodle hits the button.
Seems simple enough.
And an air horn klaxon starts going out. You notice the four cannons on the top now actually shift under the deck and join the other four below deck. There is a small modification out towards the bow underneath the skull sitting on the front of the ship. That portal opens up and all 8 cannon barrels are now facing out the front of the ship. Okay, now you're in disintegration mode. The disintegration engine is primed. We gotta fire the thing. I mean, realistically, it's not gonna cool down there until you do.
Gotcha. All
What
right.
are we firing a disintegration ray at, Wang Doodle?
Hopefully nothing.
Well, maybe we should, check our firing solutions before we just have at it.
Just wanted to make sure it works. Didn't want the first shot to be a dud.
Alright, do you see anything out there in the next, say, 400 feet?
Squinting. It's always dark here. I can't really see out very far.
Okay, Rain, I just want to test this new feature that I did. What I want you to say is all cannons fire.
All cannons fire.
There's a small click heard and a whirring of energy as the disintegration beam fires through, funnels through all 8 cannons, and becomes a concentrated blast right out the front of the ship.
As the dragon's eyes swell with necrotic energy, they begin to glow a bright green, and the dislocated jaw opens up as the power is channeled from the ascendant Borean shard within the ship. It yawns open. And there is a very wide and powerful disintegration beam, wider than the one where you found the skull, just fires off into the clouds. There's a cloud about... You can kind of test the range. Wang Doodle, you have a good idea that this will shoot about 120 to 480 feet. So its range is insane, but it only will shoot once a day.
Oh.
The dragon's head yawns closed, and the deck of the ship noticeably cools.
How many times can it shoot per night?
Once. That's something.
I feel like we could probably kind of dial that in a little bit. That beam seemed a touch wide. Yeah, let's check the calibration on those 8 gun positions.
I'll make a note and I'll send it over to Morris. Thanks for testing that out, Wang Doodle.
Oh yeah, no problem. Oh, you have to make sure that you put yourself back into defense mode, so it's either going to be broadside or it's going to be standard defense. Just make sure you do that.
All right. Harkin is very busily just staring at the 3 levers that are down with a very intense look of thought on his face.
Harkin, look up. There's no cannon on those levers. They're not going to do anything right now.
I was just thinking about breakfast. Yeah, breakfast. Anyway, I saw Bonsai coming in and out with a bunch of plants.
I don't know nothing about that. Rain, is that normal?
I mean, they do kind of like their plants, so maybe.
Did we have plants here?
Yeah, Bonsai's been growing plants in their room.
I thought it was kind of odd. Are they planning on starting a garden in Maginox?
We did have a conversation about it briefly, so perhaps, yeah.
Bonsai, you have come back from yet another trip, but this one, your special plant, has just experienced what it was like outside of the dreaming and begun to wilt. I'm assuming you have put it back in the safety of your room, where it can recover from the shock.
Yeah, Bonsai tried to communicate it with it in Sylvan first. Did it respond in any way?
There is a weak and unintelligible groaning coming from the plant. It is young and does not entirely understand what it is going on, but the sensation that you can discern from whatever noise it is making, that your Sylvan ears can understand, is one of discomfort and pain. The nutrients that it needs, or has been introduced to, as such a young seedling, it has grown reliant on, and does not wish to be uprooted until it is stronger.
Well, Bonsai knows that this situation does require a delicate hand, so they're not going to force it this time. So they do take it back to the room, but kind of note that this is a problem that needs solving at some point. Once it's repotted back in the room, does it like thrive again, or is it still kind of not feeling too great?
It is still not feeling entirely great, but it may just take some time to recover. Whatever root system that you had separated it from, it has grown accustomed to and needs to reattach.
So Bonsai is going to lay on hands and just give it 5 points of Arctis essence to try to repair the attempted damage that was done.
You lay on hands the plant. It does not have a visible effect on it. Its wound might be spiritual and may take more of a delicate, even druidic hand, as not all physical wounds can be healed by, well, your light.
Interesting. We're gonna do a divine sense real quick, and try to discern, like, is this thing being corrupted by something demonic, or is it just like whatever it was originally now planted in the dreaming and thriving here has kind of led to this situation where it's addicted to the dreaming?
It is not detecting as any sort of fiend or undead or celestial on your divine sense. The dreaming is a strange place for you, Bonsai.
Yeah, we don't like it. Alright, well, now that's potted again, got its general tender loving care, Bonsai is going to turn their attention back to whatever seeds they do think they can transport from this place, this little nursery, down to start the garden.
There are some other young seedlings of more common plants that you have transposed into the dreaming, and as you take them out, a lot of the things that you have been nurturing them with, providing them with food and water, for example, leaves them as they leave the dreaming. It is, as Rain said, something that you would eat in the dreaming, cannot fully subsist in the material world. So they might need some extra TLC in order to get them acclimated.
Well, this is awful. Yeah, Bonsai's not a scientist, so we're just going to assume that they are non-native plants, and we're going to leave them back where they were and change plans. So Bonsai is immediately going to head off to try and fly back down to House Vicadus.
Okay, Bonsai, you hop on Saethius, and everybody sees you coming out of the curtain.
Oh, hi, Bonsai. Bye,
Your silly
Bonsai.
dreaming thing is a problem again. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I knew it was going to be a problem before, but you just told everyone that it was going to be fine. Now it's a problem. Everything that was born and living in and raised inside the dreaming can never leave the dreaming. It's cursed, they say as they fly off.
Hey, bye. Well,
It
that
is
was
as
awkward.
It is as if one cannot subsist on thought alone. At least not a child of the physical world. Bonsai is learning valuable lessons today.
Is he, though?
I don't know.
Well...
The curious Arborian has left you with frustration as they return to circling House Vicadus.
Do we want to go help them with whatever they're up to?
Dreon gives a pretty, non-committal shrug.
Wang Doodle, does your ornithopter work? Because
yeah.
we're pretty high up.
Yeah. Ornithopter's fine.
Can it carry the three of us down there?
Well, I mean...
Ornithopter is a 2-person mount.
Neat.
I mean, it can definitely take one more besides me.
Yeah, doesn't Wang Doodle count as a quarter of a person, though?
It would be able to take Rain and Dreon and not Wang Doodle, or Rain and Wang Doodle and not Dreon.
Surely Wang Doodle is just a carry-on.
There is a weight limit. There is a balance limit.
One, one personal item, one carry-on. No, that's not how this works. That's not what. I'm sure we can fit Wang Doodle.
Put him underneath the front of your seat in his little carry-on package?
I'm sure we can fit him in the overhead compartment, is what I'm saying.
That is a 2-person mount. You might have to pull in the entire airship to get you all back down.
That seems like an awful lot of work.
Unless somebody knows enlarge reduce.
Funny you should ask.
If only our enlarge reduce guy ever showed up to play games.
I do indeed have enlarge reduce.
How convenient.
So, yeah. What do we do? I'm shrinking, I'm guessing.
I don't think that Wang Doodle being shrunk actually helps.
You will have to shrink Rain or Dreon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it ain't Dreon.
It's all right. You guys go.
Wait, what if I enlarge the ornithopter?
No, it'll be fine. It's fine. Ray just hops off the side.
What?
Wee.
What? I don't.
But wait. What if I enlarge the ornithopter though?
Oh, Rain, what do you polymorph yourself into?
Trying to tell it to just fail the wisdom saving throw.
You can just close out of it.
There we go. There it goes. That's okay. There we go.
There you go.
I'll just do the basic giant eagle or whatever.
A squirrel!
That sound effect definitely sounded like rain splatting on the ground, and it was
did.
accompanied by a -75 in the chat.
Oh
yeah, because I told it to fail, so I guess that's how it fails. It just gives you a -100 modifier.
I thought that was the grub you polymorphed finally hitting the ground.
Probably, yeah.
Terminal velocity finally landed.
Rain becomes a giant eagle and swoops down to House Vicadus.
What exactly were we
Sure.
even doing? He looks down at Wang Doodle.
I will show you the world.
Apparently we're going to the thing.
He grunts and gets on the ornithopter.
No! Left.
Oh no!
Dreon, he did not get on the ornithopter.
Debated. Get out of here, idiot. Dreon ain't doing shit.
I believe it is M to mount. Yeah, Dreon. Dreon does not. How do you mount this thing? You gotta target it and hit M.
It's fine. It's fine.
Nope.
Nope. All right.
Dreon will never learn.
Back.
Rangdodo, you may have to teach Dreon how to mount the ornithopter.
No, it's going great. This is fine.
Sorry, what am I supposed to be doing?
You go to target and press M for mount.
Try now.
Yeah!
Yay!
Yeah! We're flying! We're flying! Oh, wow! Finally.
Right.
Freedom.
We're flying.
Alright, everybody. We will descend down into the forest right outside of House Vicatus, because my House Vicatus old map is being a little buggy right now. We will just be right outside the castle. One moment. We will all touch down in a somewhat familiar place. Rain, the giant eagle. Need to polymorph you. Giant eagle. Hello.
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 I'm not actually in the new
Hi.
scene yet, so
No
I'm
one is,
supposed to be.
because
Oh.
I haven't activated it. I'm just trying to turn you into an eagle before we get to the scene.
It's fine because I'm going to immediately cease being an eagle.
Aw. A familiar wooded grove outside of House Vicatus, just directly to the south of the castle grounds, is where you touch down. There are still a couple of errant automatons walking around House Vicatus. Without a master, they are aimlessly just patrolling, doing nothing but creating ruts in the ground where they walk, and fending off any intruder, whether that be House Vicatus or curious tourists, leaving the house rather barren, empty of anything living. Bonsai, you have found this from your circling over House Vicatus multiple times. The only thing that seems to still exist there are those large patrolling guards.
Oh yeah, we're gonna need to get rid of those.
I can't actually see anything. It says I don't have a token of
it's
vision.
dark and you're a giant eagle. I can unpolymorph
Giant
you.
eagles don't have dark vision.
I do not believe they do.
Oh my god, this game is so stupid sometimes.
It's not. Wow. Let me look.
It's-
Giant eagle. I'm gonna see if they have dark vision because I don't
Cats
think
also
they do.
don't have cats also don't have dark vision, which is absolutely ridiculous.
They do not have dark vision, by the way. So that's probably why you can't see.
That's fine. It's fine. Go see Watsy.
Why exactly are we here again?
Are you saying that out loud or over the link?
You're saying it out loud.
I don't know. Bonsai, what are we doing here?
What? You followed me?
Well,
Aren't you supposed to be planning
yeah.
a party?
No, there's other people to do that shit.
Oh. Well, I'm, first of all, looking for demons. Which there might be 2 of them stomping around over there. And then, oh, there you are. And then second of all, we're trying to turn this place into a beautiful garden so that life can overcome whatever evil might have been here before.
Hmm. So, you took me seriously. Oh, well, okay. I do kind of
Bonsai,
want
make
to
me
level.
a perception check, please, as you fly over this central ring of stones. Okay. It apparently is out of line of sight of your blind sight. You are limited to 10 feet, and most everything under you is bathed in darkness. Eternal, smothering darkness. Bonsai, I might be leading you on a wild goose chase in order to find any demons, and House Vicatus is one of the 2 remaining places that you have found demons initially.
Yeah, but we just re-cleared House Hamaki. We did House Hamaki.
Then
part
3
2,
places.
Boogaloo.
House Hamaki, House Vicatus, and the Moon Sage's Sanctum.
Yeah. Wait, isn't somebody else's responsibility was cleaning the Moon Sage's Sanctum? It's outside of Manchinox anyway.
The Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
Which is probably why Throne is no longer in your party. She left when you guys hit Aurelia, presumably to go gather the forces and then come back to Manchinox.
Yep, this seems good. So, did you find anything, Bonsai?
No, this place is seeming like there's no demons, but usually where you think there are none, there are some.
Well, we were pretty thorough when we were here last time.
Were you?
Yes, you were here, as a matter of fact, for the tail end of it. That's where you were born.
I saw one room down there, and then the portal to whatever her name was place, with very clearly Tiamat's influence trying to break through.
Mm-hmm.
If I recall, I sprouted at the optimal time for you all.
Well, sure. Mm-hmm. I mean, you did sprout out of the body of somebody who was already helping us, so...
As I hear it, he might have been helping the enemy as well.
Well, Rain eyes Saethius and his derpy fucking crossed eyes.
Well, I didn't tell you to follow me, or at least I didn't think I did. But essentially, we want to turn this place into a garden, yes?
Yeah, sure. Or parking lot, or whatever we want.
Well, I think the best option is to find some of your disenfranchised folk that are just wandering around the city doing nothing, and get them to help create more life.
Mm-hmm. But there's nothing dangerous here.
It doesn't appear to be, but I can stay patrolling just in case and make sure there aren't squabbles amongst them.
Dreon and Wangdoodle, make me a perception check while they talk. Monsieur Wangdoodle. The doodle of the Wang.
Yeah, I'm just trying to have it go. Hang on.
Bang, doodle.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, there we go.
Dreon, just a little bit to your southeast, you see through a couple of tightly packed bushes that there are remains of a campsite here. A very, very old bedroll on top of a folded up massive leaf is covered in twigs and straw. There's a rusted old pot that is full of God knows what, and a equally rusty knife next to it. The fire pit has not seen fire in quite some time, and the sticks are soggy from recent rain.
Dreon just slinks off quietly as Bonsai and Rain continue their exchange and looks over this campsite. He would use a survival check to see if he can notice any discernible prints, even though things seem like they're probably pretty old here.
Make me a survival check. As you search around, oddly enough, you find this is not odd, you find a significant amount of rat footprints in the soft earth. Tiny feet and clawed, equally clawed feet have been digging around, and you find even remains of cheese here, but the cheese is not molded or even dry.
Dreon wanders back out. He doesn't say anything to them. He doesn't interrupt.
So did you have a plan then, Bonsai, or Did you just come to see if there were demons?
I mean, it's all coming together according to the plan, of course. But I think the next step of the plan is for you to enact a royal decree that collects a bunch of folk that are not doing anything right now, and they can start to irrigate and make this place into a much better environment.
What is this, a Civ game?
That sounds right, yes.
What, are you saying this is some kind of civilization?
Rain presses the idle worker button a couple of times.
Done. That'll be 8,000 resources.
Amazing. Well, I was thinking we could
print more money, right?
I actually do not know how that works. Economics is not really a thing that I care much about, usually. But considering it's all gold, I don't think you can just print gold.
Well,
not with that attitude.
You and... Actually, don't do it on paper. That would be bad.
I mean,
you can find...
Transmutation gets you anywhere.
As somebody who dabbles quite a bit in transmutation, I don't think that's quite how it works. It's usually a transient type of thing.
If we don't have a reason to be down here, I don't know that it makes sense to stay.
There's a shuffling of straw behind you, Drian, and you hear the soft squeak of a rat.
Drian looks back in the direction of the camp and then looks back to them. Somebody was using the spot here, and I don't know, kind of seems like someone might have been here recently, and he gestures over towards the opening.
Someone or demons? Because if it's someone, we can put them to work.
What? I don't know. Come take a look. What? Drian just fucking scowls.
Bonsai, there's a curious central dais that is shaped in a triangular fashion that is surrounded by these standing stones. There are various carvings and runes etched into this rock, Bonsai.
Drian looks at Rain as Rain passes by. What's up with them today?
I couldn't tell you what they're up to most days, honestly.
Drian shrugs and gestures towards the camp.
I'm afraid they didn't do downtime very well.
When Bonsai gets into the center of this circly thingy, they probably should have done this before, but basically they just ping their divine sense to see if anything is nearby that's demonic feeling or fiendish.
60 feet, huh? How big is 60 feet?
About 20 meters. The divine sonar.
Bing! Bling! There is a... let's see. Sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or no location of any celestial fiend or entity. Not behind total cover. Okay. There is an undead that you sense within 60 feet of you. It pings to the northwest. However, you cannot see its origin, and it is not near you.
What? Rain, do you just have undead wandering around your city again?
Well, yes, we literally do have undead citizens, so... Yes?
Oh, yes, so maybe one of them can be put to work. Wait. Hello? Anyone here?
Bonsai, you are greeted with a lot of brush. There is something that pings on your divine sense over here that is distinctly undead, and as you get closer, you realize it is underground.
What? Well, at least it can irrigate properly.
Two beady eyes peer out at you from the darkness of the hole. As you get closer with your blind sight, you can see that it is a rat. Part of its fur has been clawed away. One of its eyes are missing. And visibly, its lower jaw does not have any skin. It's a frightening creature.
Yeah, Bonsai's going to connect to Arctis and enable to speak with animals.
Get out of here, strange thing! What are you? Get away!
What? I am Bonsai. I'm apparently the last Arborian. We are going to make this place better, and we're going to defend Arctis against all the demons that Tiamat might unleash.
What? I do not understand these strange words you speak. Unless you bring cheese. Be gone.
Oh, we could get cheese.
Bring
Rain,
me
do you have any
cheese,
cheese?
oh great Arborian.
I don't have cheese on me.
Drion actually walks back over. There was just cheese here a second ago. Is the rat holding the cheese now, Christina?
The rat has the cheese. The rat looks at you.
The rat stands alone.
The rat is filled with determination.
He looks at it. Drian like reaches for his glaive, but then like seems unsure and then walks back out. He just doesn't say anything.
Sorry, was there still cheese there?
I mean, if you want to, yeah, there's a rat back there with cheese, but I don't. You really want to kill it for whatever Bonsai's up to?
No, I suppose not.
Took too long. Bonsai's going to create food and water.
I shall create cheese.
Create cheese!
Hey, Arctis has got this, alright? It's a bland cheese. But we got some cheese for him. And then for the rest of the water, Bonsai's just like generally just having it flow into the ground and try to nourish the place a little bit.
It's not cheese, it is a cheese product.
Cheese.
Yeah, it's Arctis cheese.
Yeah. It's cheese with a
this
Z.
cheese. Okay. Though the rat is undead and cannot eat it, its eye, the one remaining, lights up as it sees 45 pounds of cheese. And it looks at you and back to the cheese in disbelief, thinking it to be an illusion, but it sniffs, whiskers twitching. And the undead rat dives into the cheese. And all you hear is...
As the rat gets close to the cheese, Bonsai casts command on it and tells it to halt.
It is undead, though.
It's undead.
Oh.
It does not give a shit about your command. You cannot command the undead, and it eats its fill. Or it thinks it's eating. It doesn't really have a functioning jaw.
Oh.
For some reason, as this like poor undead rat bites into this, like actually unable to enjoy this cheese, I feel like I hear like a slow motion Grady version of Ben Brode being like, "Please, please, please, let's make some grilled cheese."
Make some grilled cheese.
Just some
All
like
sad.
terrible nightmare fuel version.
Make me a perception check, Bonsai. You do notice that your command has no effect on the undead. However, you do hear rustling from somewhere.
Yeah, we noticed this
behind you.
like a month ago, but forgot about it. So, well, if that thing is invisible, if they come within the radius, I should still be able to see them or detect them. Where's that rustling coming from? Rat, I will be back for you. This is a transaction, not a gift.
What the fuck is this whole exchange?
Is this whole episode Bonsai learns capitalism? Is that what's going on here?
A Bonsai, as it is actively hiding from you, you do not see. what is lurking in the bushes. There was a soft rustling, but perhaps it was just more rats. Oh yeah, it's to scale the piles.
Where are your friends? Don't you have more of you around here somewhere?
Ah, yes, hundreds of us, many of us living underneath the tunnels, Cheesebringer. In fact, swarms of us walk under your feet right now, all our eyes watching you, smelling you.
Excellent. Could you communicate with the rest of your folk and let them know that we can provide as much cheese as you're interested in, but I need your help.
Significant amount of cheese. Here, it is very bland cheese. I will see what the Rat King wants to do.
I will wait.
Sorry, can we add Bonsai's new official title to his character? Bonsai, Cheesebringer.
Cheesebringer Bonsai. The undead rat leaves down the tunnel, its beady eye disappearing. Dreon, the rat with the cheese to the south, disappears back under the bedroll.
Dreon walks over to Saithius and gives it a long, appraising look. It doesn't say anything.
After a moment, the undead rat's beady eye returns and peers out through the hole.
Oh, cheese gifter.
Bonsai Cheesebringer.
Your presence is currently tolerated, but not desired. Your cheese is bland. Will there be
How would you
anything
know it's
else?
bland?
I have smelled many cheese when I was alive, tasted across my decomposing tongue. I cannot be satisfied with the hunger, but I can feel it gnashing in my teeth. This is satisfaction.
He's saying that the mouthfeel of your cheese sucks.
I would implore you to try again, but keep in mind that this time, think about what the cheese is doing for you, how much it's nourishing you and nourishing those around you. It's not about flavor on your tongue, because your tongue doesn't exist anymore.
My tongue exists. It is merely small and rotted slightly. I do not sense the saltiness, the umami. But it is chewy.
The umami flavor of the cheese.
Your gift is noted, and thus the Rat King will let you live.
The Rat King dare have any idea of whether or not I live or not?
Curious words for a curious creature. Be gone now, and leave the pounds of cheese as tribute. The Rat King thanks you.
Bonzi just stands there staring at this rat.
Goodbye, Cheesebringer.
Bonsai, did you find any demons?
I think so, yes, but seems more like a demon messenger.
Explain.
It's an old being that is undead, just like many of your citizens in your city, but they had an idea that there's a different king that's not Eris. Is there a succession war going on?
What? No. I mean, sort of, I suppose. It happened. Why? Where's your demon messenger?
Rain,
They're
underneath the
underneath
45
us.
pounds of cheese is a small undead rat.
Where'd all this fucking cheese come from?
Oh, Arctis provideth, you know.
The rat is currently licking the cheese with its rotted tongue and smacks its lips with satisfaction, running rotted claws over missing whiskers.
Oh.
It looks up at
Hello.
Rain, and since Rain cannot speak with animals currently, it goes,
Sorry, is this your demon messenger? Or did
Yes,
the
he
demon
speaks.
messenger leave all the cheese?
No, I procured the cheese. It speaks of the king being underground. I'm not sure if it's figurative or actually physically below us, but they're raising an army of thousands. This one said. I worry that we could have a problem on our hands if Eris doesn't deal with this diplomatically.
Where are we actually right now, Christina? Are we, like, we're not within Maginox at this point, or are we?
you're just south of House Vicadus on, like, the western, like, the northwestern outskirts of Maginox.
Okay.
Was Vicadus was the one with the bats, or which one was that?
No, Hamaki was
No.
bats. Vicadus is vampires.
But not the other vampires.
House Hamaki are drow elves.
Sticks.
And Styx were also vampires. They were allied to House Vicadus.
I'm trying to remember what Vicadus looked like.
Victoria Vicadus eventually turned into a large undead dragon.
Well, Bonsai, I don't speak rat, so I'm gonna need you to provide a little bit more context.
You have another king that's not Eris residing within your domain, claiming that he has thousands of subjects and is ready to rise up if he deems that anyone on his land is shouldn't be there.
And who is this king?
I'm not sure. This is your town and city.
Again, I cannot speak rat, so could you ask him?
Sure. And then Bonsai turns back to the rat. What is your king's title and name
He
and heraldry?
is the Rat King, king of rats, eater of cheese, crawler through holes, investigator of secrets. He is the top cheese, the big cheese.
Bonsai interprets that faithfully.
So just so I'm gathering this correctly, you're speaking to a rat who may have seen better days, and it is his opinion that there is a rat king who lives under us with thousands of subjects. That sounds like a rat.
It sounds
With
like a
lots of
revolution
rats.
brewing. I was looking through some of the books you had in your. What does that sound?
What just happened?
The king, his heralds are bringing him out.
I mean, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but this just sounds like there's a bunch of rats, which, to be honest, I'm surprised they're outside the city and not inside the city.
Well, they are undead, so they would act different than you'd expect.
Well, the other one didn't seem to be undead, but sure.
Well, fair enough. You don't seem to care, so if a revolution happens in a year or so, you'll know why.
I will worry about the rat revolution in due time and treat it with the utmost seriousness.
Goodbye.
And by that I mean I will
Listen to
report
the
it to
guardian
Eris.
now. They're not going to help.
The undead rat continues burying in the 45 pounds of cheese, looking blissful.
Okay, well, good talk. So, what's the deal with this altar? This suspicious fucking altar.
Make me a Arcana check, right? This, Rain, it's your favorite. It's dirt magic. Druidic runes line this plinth, and surely it is penetrating the ground at a impressive depth. There are secret holes that line the length of this strange-shaped object down the side, and when pushed at just the right angle, reveal very rat-sized holes and tunnels that sink underneath the ground. The top of it is completely laden with a bunch of offerings. Beautiful, freshly plucked flowers, small stones with runes carved into them with tiny claws, and perhaps some of them with even sharp knives. And tiny, small amounts of coins, copper mostly, left as an offering. To what spirit or god, you're not quite sure. That might require a religion check, but this altar is most certainly druidic magic, and the rats around are probably its caretakers. The large stones that are around you most likely also go into the ground and channel the eldritch energy that is needed for these druidic rituals. Rain, also off to the side, just right behind Bonsai and Saethius, there is a smaller and flatter stone that has more offerings and implements on it. There is a mace, a one-handed mace, that has stony feathers shunted into it, and is also surrounded by 2 other rune stones with curious runes carved into it.
Well, Saethius, this looks like a druidic circle of some kind. Seems weirdly themed around rats, though.
Do you think the Rat King is actually their god?
Or just a rather large rat? I don't know. Perhaps. Rain will leave 1 platinum on the altar as a matter of respect.
Bonsai takes a hint and leaves 1 good berry on the altar.
Alright. I'm kind of bored now. It's dirt magic.
A small rat nose comes out of one of the hidden circles that are embedded within this triangular pillar and sniffs. Whiskers twitching. This rat looks like it's alive, and it is kind of underneath you, Rain, at waist level. You hear a squeaky voice.
Who goes there? Who places an offering at the plinth of the Rat King?
Rain can actually understand it?
It is in common.
Oh, goodness. I did not expect you spoke common. Hello.
I did not expect company. Greetings to you as well, traveler. What brings you to the den of the Rat King?
Rain will kind of kneel down and extend a little finger to shake his little hand. Well,
The fat rat grabs your hand with very dexterous paws.
Ah, such kindness, such kindness.
I'm Rain Silversong, future Queen of Maginox, betrothed to Eris Lunesti. These are my companions, Wangdoodle and Drion and Bonsai. Cheesebringer, apparently.
We have heard already whispers of the Cheesebringer. Yes, that is known. For bringing bland cheese, but their offering is thanked nonetheless. However, one thing remains. Your name. We know it. The rats know it. There is change coming to Maginox. Yes. Interesting change. The blood of the vampires no longer flows through the sewers. No more bodies floating down the rivers. Was this your doing? I hear a blonde elf and her companions were recently through the sewers.
As a matter of fact, actually, we were. It was rather inhospitable. But not for the rats. We dispatched Victoria in her house. Victoria Vicadus.
Ah, you are the Slayer. And your friends. Interesting, interesting. Tell me, Rain Silversong, What are your plans for Maginox? To continue the status quo of taking and taking? Or do you plan to give?
Well, the plan is to protect, first and foremost, the people who live here. All of them.
All of them? Including the ones who choose to live outside your walls, who choose to eat the filth and burrow in the tunnels.
Well,
Even the uncouth ones.
Well, obviously, within the walls is much easier to protect, but no. As far as I'm concerned, my protection extends to all of those of Polaris who wish it. That's why I've come here after all.
So you say. You've come with an offering? Does this mean you wish to beseech our lord? You wish to parley?
You're not quite sure what that means, right?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it does. I have an invitation for him, as a matter of fact.
An invitation? To what? To where?
To the coronation of Aris Lunesti, future king of Maginox, of course.
You would sully your courts with the presence of the rats? Of us vermin?
Well, a noble dignitary of high repute, certainly, belongs at coronation of a local lord, no?
Your invite honors us, confuses us, honors us. Very well. We will show up at your coronation. We will be at your party.
I will make sure that there is not bland cheese awaiting you.
You are too kind, so thoughtful. Oh, Rain Silversong, future leader of Maginox.
Oh, leader.
So you say. You've come with a gift and multiple kindnesses. Let us see if this will work out in your favor, and that you do not turn up your nose at the smell of the rats, that you do not cringe away when we show up en masse to your ceremony.
Honestly, I think that'll be rather interesting for everyone. I look forward to it.
We shall see.
The rat closes the tiny window in the plinth, but not before reaching up and taking the offering that you have left and the good berry, before crawling back into his hole.
See you soon.
We'll see you there.
The tiny hole shuts with a very soft, stony hiss. Well, Rain, it seems like you've invited the King of Rats to your coronation.
King of Rats.
You're not sure who they are or why they have lurked outside of House Vicadus and away from the safety of Maginox, but it seems like the rats have been spurned at one point or another. But they know what's going on in the city and have seen your activity in the sewers. And you still sense and feel many beady eyes watching you as you stand within this druidic circle.
Good job, Bonsai.
I mean, you did the diplomacy. I just brought them to you.
You opened the door. All right, let's leave, shall we? This seems rather unproductive otherwise. Leave them to their grove.
Yeah, Bonsai's going to take off, start circling around the area, and basically cast plant growth over 8 hours. So everything in a half-mile radius from this area will be more enriched for the next year.
Oh.
Hopefully
Damn.
the cheese will grow better.
Yes, that plant-based cheese. If you cast a spell over 8 hours, you enrich the land. All plants in a half-mile radius centered on the point within range become enriched for a year. The plants yield twice the normal amount of food when harvested. Okay. Oh, there was a bit of...
Does Bonsai actually stay for 8 hours casting the spell?
He has to.
They're patrolling in the sky around this like half-mile radius, looking for demons, but also casting the spell.
For the love of cheese.
The love of cheese.
For cheese and country.
Bonsai, do you also wish for the plants to grow over House Vicatus, or mostly just in this
Yes.
area?
No,
Okay.
the whole area. I mean, that was the original purpose of coming here.
Okay. Bonsai begins to circle over both a part of this druidic grove and House Vicatus, and the plants in the area seem to come alive, bursting into bloom. Some of them looking significantly more empowered and enriched. This glorious and strange fertilizer from even stranger lands still causes these dark, enriched trees to grow. Rain, Wangdoodle, and Dreon. While Bonsai is very busy causing all of this overgrowth, what do you wish to do for your rest of your 8 hours?
Dron's looking for where we parked our ornithopter. Dude.
It's in Wangdoodle's pocket.
Dude.
Sweet.
Sweet. Yeah.
Wangdoodle just tosses out the ornithopter and it explodes from the capsule and lands with a thud.
Rain will summon her spirit elk and ride that back into Maginox. Rain will actually go back to like the main Maginox square. That's where Rain will go.
Come.
Triano probably left to his own devices, just go back up to the Ascendant.
You mean the Audacity?
Yeah, whatever it is.
I
Hey,
just fly
word.
straight up to the land of the Ascended.
Yeah, bye. I've actually ascended from this campaign.
What does Wangdoodle do?
Oh, it's Wangdoodle's ornithopter, so I can fly him back to the airship.
All right. As the party splits up, Bonsai beginning to overgrow Castle Vicatus and this druid grove with ancient magic. Rain rides on a spiritual steed back into town, while Dreon and Wangdoodle will return to the Audacity. Let's see what we're going to go with real quick. We will go with Rain briefly. One moment, please. I totally forgot where I'm... Rain, as you ride your elk back into town, there is a plume of smoke coming from a long unused church just right outside of town. You can choose to visit it, or you can continue on into Maginox.
Do I have any idea what this place is?
The exterior of the church is familiar to you. You've seen it in a vision. Laryl Hamaki emerged from here with the rest of her drow. But they were under the, control of the succubus. But now it looks like wherever they had emerged from is very busy, and there are multiple footsteps in the snow outside of the building. Do you choose to investigate, or do you wish to go back to Maginox?
Sure, we'll investigate. Make sure this is not like a hideout of dickhead Hamaki.
Alright.
Not to be confused with the only slightly asshole-ish Hamaki that we're aligned with.
Hmm. The outside of the church, in some parts, is thick with spiderweb, but the plume of smoke coming from the church's ceiling tells you that, oh yes, there is definitely activity in there. And you can even see some people from Maginox making their way downtown, walking fast, faces past. And then walking into the church, curiously and slowly. And then not emerging again. One moment, please.
But like a myriad of people, not just a bunch of drow.
No, not a bunch of drow. Goblins, reborn. In fact, you barely see hide nor hair of drow. One moment, please. That is not the music I want. One moment. I don't want that either. All right. Here. Rain, as you enter the church, it is significantly different from the vision that you had of Laryl Hamaki emerging from its depths and quickly turning her drow into staunch supporters of her whatever succubus agenda had wormed its way into her heart. But the church now has been renovated, and even the large hole in the floor is nowhere to be seen. Instead, it has been replaced with a small dais, and an even smaller goblin stands on top of it. It is ornamental and like a small stair, and she speaks to a crowd of very avid listeners as she preaches to the choir. You stay a while and listen.
We will come over to this empty pew in the back and yeah, we'll sit down, recognizing some people in the crowd.
Okay. And as you sit at the church, oh boy, hold on. The goblin who is standing at the pulpit is wearing a drab brown robe with a hood. And occasionally the hood is thrown back as she throws her hands into the air and makes very excited and passionate gestures. And points at some of the current listeners in the crowd with an intensity you haven't seen in a goblin before.
And who are they to say that you do not deserve a second chance at life? For you, basking in the cover of night, are protected by forces that we do not fully understand. But we must have faith that they can protect us from any and all danger that may affect our physical forms. For we, our souls, burn brightly under the eternal night.
She's currently speaking passionately about, well, the night. At least the people that live in it.
You, all of you residents of this great city of Maginox, whether you come from underneath the ground, or whether you come from in the ground, you deserve a second chance at life. You deserve to experience all the wonders of this beautiful world with new eyes, or even if you don't have eyes. For we are but the sum of our experiences, and every time we set our sights on something anew, we are filled with awe.
So you hear some of the Maginox people in the crowd nodding and...
It is important that we do not squander our lives here on this plane, and we do everything we can to make a difference, for there is no guarantee of return. Or is there? Or is there?
She begins to step off the pulpit and move down into the crowd. Roxy's name is not.
I know you, William.
There is a very visibly reborn person sitting in the pews. She points at him and addresses him by name.
My friends, not everybody is able to come back how they wish. My poor friend, William here, was not able to return plump and beautiful, though his skin is sunken, his eyes gaunt, his body still remembering the stench of death.
William in the pew is like, hey, that's kind of rude.
Well, personal.
But even though he is a little bit stinky and a little bit reek and a little not pleasant to look at, does he not deserve a second chance?
He deserves a chance.
But who are we to decide who returns and who does not? We do not get to decide whether we return beautiful or even with all of our memories intact. But what if we could? What if the night holds many secrets? What if we could return as we wanted? What if we could return with flesh and beauty? Senses, to be able to feel the ground underneath our fingertips. Feel the comfort of a warm bath after a cold day.
You see Frank, and Frank is like, oh man, what is it like to have a bath? I don't remember.
The night holds many secrets. And some of us return after death. And some of us do not. But if we put our faith in the night, all of our faith, we own our destinies. We can live forever. That is all for the sermon today. Thank you for joining. Please, Jib will be going around with a basket for the tithes. The Church of Night is growing, and our numbers, our family, needs your help. So donate today. Save a small goblin in need. Or perhaps a confused and changed, reborn goblin in need. Thank you. Come again. Thank you. Thank you all.
For the price of one extended blast fireball scroll, you can save a child.
In the arms of the angels.
Another goblin gets up with a tithe basket and begins to ask the current people for some money.
Yeah, in the basket.
Rain, what do you do? Seems like the sermon is over.
Rain will step up and Rain will put another platinum down, but just on the pew, and leave it there, and walk out.
Yep. You feel eyes on your back as you exit. Do you turn around?
Nope.
Rain, you leave. One moment, please. This will be for Drion and Wangdoodle. Drion and Wangdoodle, the ornithopter lifts you through the skies and finds the arcane audacity, which has been lazily listing back towards Maginox. It is a good thing that you took the ornithopter, because the arcane audacity is quite a bit slower, not to mention it would need to dock back at the docks. Rowley gives you the thumbs up as you approach, and gestures to the ornithopter landing point, where you dismount.
Back so soon?
Was that Rowley?
Mm-hmm.
Some strange interaction with a talking rat. Nothing much to show for it, and he strolled.
Can't say that's the least interesting thing I've heard you all doing, but... Talking rats? Don't you have anything more important to do?
I don't know. There was some talk about an uprising or something. It didn't seem like something that I could really help with.
Well, rest assured, nothing is going to be coming at us from the skies.
And we certainly hope not.
He's still looking at the cannon, like, having a good think.
Where is the Audacity currently heading?
It is just circling around Maginox. It has not been ordered to land by Rain. So right now it's just kind of circling the city. Like, pretty far outside the city, too.
Drion looks down at Wangdoodle. Thanks for the ride, but you don't have to escort me around.
Wangdoodle?
Wangdoodle's gonna go visit Morris. There's a whole system that needs to be worked on.
Do you two wish to head down together?
Drion is actually just being a moody boy after the events of what happened, and he's mostly just like doing the Harkin thing and just kind of like hanging out by a cannon. He was kind of politely trying to basically tell Wangdoodle to go somewhere else.
Done and done.
Okay. Wangdoodle gets the hint and goes to check on some of the internal systems of the ship. Harkin seems to finally break out of his reverie and turn around.
Oh, hey, Drion.
Drion looks up. Cannon's all in right shape.
Yeah, it's never really understood anything that's more complicated than pull the trigger and watch something explode.
These things showed up in Feronia maybe 10, 15 years ago and were part of what completely fucked up the balance of warfare.
I think this thing is just powered by Borean shard power. I don't know what comes out of this thing, but... Man, if this is how he can focus all that energy coming out of... well, You know, the thing we have in the ship.
Honestly, I don't really understand it, but no denying what it does.
But I mean, like, look at this. Wangdoodle hooked us up with possibly one of the most powerful weapons I've ever seen. And we could do anything with this. I mean, we could take Maginox by force. We could save the entire world.
I don't know about all that.
But no, hear me out. I mean, this thing's got the firepower to take out pretty much anything in Feronia, right? And what are they gonna do from the ground? Cry at us?
You've never been to Feronia, have you?
Can't say I have. I hear it's a lot of dry desert, some blue sand dunes that flay the flesh right off your bones, and, well, a lot of dusty cats. Sorry.
No, it's the Diamond Dunes. You'd have to stay out for a pretty long time or be pretty fucking weak to actually get your flesh flayed off. Most people just leave with some missing hair.
It's nice that, well, some of you catfolk can actually see the dunes. I wonder if bugbear fur is able to withstand that flesh flaying off thing.
Dreon shrugs. Might get to find out for yourself. I think we're going back to Feronia at some point.
What? We can never go back to Feronia.
I thought the same, but seems like that's probably where we're going.
If we do go back to Feronia, what's your plan? I mean, personally, I'm the kind of guy who takes something when he wants it.
Dreon grins at that. I don't know. A month ago, probably would have just walked up and, I don't know, taken fight after fight until I couldn't anymore, but I don't know.
Yeah.
You ever in your time take a beating so bad you thought you were done?
You mean like done?
Like, done.
Yeah, I've taken a hell of a beating in my life, and I'm not saying it's from Rowley either. But yeah, it's, humbling, you know?
Makes you think.
Makes you think about a lot of things. Makes you think about what would Rowley do if I was gone. Makes me think, would I come back? Or makes me think, would something else come back? In my body? When my mind would be somewhere else? Or is that just it? Like, you're just done?
Probably depends on how and where you go. I think if you died in Maginox, yeah. Might come back a fucking skeleton or something, like that Frank guy.
Oh man, I don't know how I feel about that. I think I like being living Harkin, you know? I like squeezing stuff with my bare claws and digging my fangs into a big piece of meat.
Yeah, no, you get it. I don't know though. I don't know what's gonna happen when we go back to Feronia. Too many things I don't know. He gives Harkin a once over. How old are you, boy?
He scratches the back of his head. 24 in bugbear years?
Think you know everything, huh?
Honestly, at this point, I think I've been humbled enough to say that I don't know everything. I don't know shit about Feronia. I didn't even know. He looks at this cannon. We could even put out this kind of firepower. Ever since I've been on this ship with Rain and Bonsai, Kashaba, Wangdoodle, I realize I don't know anything. I grew up in Borealis. I know that city like the back of my hand. Well, back of my paw, I guess. I thought I knew every nook and cranny, every peak of the mountain.
Borealis, a big place.
It's not that Borealis is big, it's that everybody sees things a little bit differently. Everybody's seen something different. And when it comes to places like Maginox, you know, these guys they can be old. When you're old, you see a lot. And I'm kind of torn. I feel like I keep wanting to do stuff and do things and learn new things. Sometimes I wonder if it's all worth it.
Yeah. Wonder myself if going back to Feronia is really worth it.
Hey, what
tough
do you
to explain? Because
What-
you've never been to Feronia, but
But it's home, right? There's something
Is it?
there for you.
I don't know. Everyone I knew is probably dead at this point. Heard old Dario and Naz are gone. Fucking Kratos has been in the mud for a long while. I haven't heard from Kara since... I don't know. Everybody might just be dead.
Well, there's one thing for sure. Dead may not be an end.
In Feronia, it usually tends to be.
If you went back to Feronia, what's the first thing you'd want to do?
I don't know. Thought it was just kill Mar and Swiftsteel and be done with it, but I don't know. After coming so close to dying myself, I don't know if I fucking see the point.
What do you get if you don't? You can yell at me if I'm prying. But if you kill this person, what do you get? Satisfaction? Revenge?
Honestly, find it easy to talk to you. You're more like me, I think, than anybody else around here, and I don't know. Think Marn was behind, he like looks like he's struggling to figure out a way to explain this. The people I come from, we made some poor fucking choices. We made choices that were good for us and bad for everybody else, and we probably deserve to be driven out, but still fucking smarts of me that we were driven out. I don't know. Can't believe we were just caught so fucking unaware. And no, if I killed her, it can't go back to the way it was, and so does it matter? Could just go get lost in Maginox again.
Hey, listen, Drian. I'm not gonna be here to tell you how to live your life. But whenever you want something, you gotta take it. You gotta work for it. You gotta take matters in your own claws. And you gotta fight for it. And whether that's, you know, silly little thing you do for pride, or it's something that means something a lot to you. You can't just sit back and say, fuck it. Because then everything just spirals out of control. And even though I don't understand what's going on around this ship half the time, the shit that I want to do, I make it known. I take that into my claws and I make it my own. You know?
Drian kind of grins a little bit and interrupts him and like gives him a fucking slap on the shoulder. Yeah, kid, you telling me what's good in life, huh? And he just kind of makes a joke out of it.
Hey, listen, I still got all that youthful vigor. And, well, Rowley hasn't killed me yet, so I think I have a couple things to live for, but
Drian runs a paw through his mane, through the gray part. Well, enjoy it while you can, and maybe stop letting Rowley so visibly beat your ass. It's kind of makes it hard to respect you sometimes, Arden.
She's, tougher than me. I think I can finally admit that. Just don't tell her I said that.
Well, I don't know. I'm always in your corner, Harkin, so don't worry about that, but... Yeah, good talking to you and all that. And he just kind of turns abruptly and goes back to his cannon.
Yeah, just... Don't lose yourself, Drian. Fight for what's important to you.
Suddenly you just hear the beginning of Lose Yourself in the Moment.
Lose yourself in the music.
Drian looks over the mom spaghetti.
Drian, you are looking over the bow of the ship. And you see something flying. Something large. Flying towards the ship. You cannot make it out at that distance. It is merely a black blob against the cover of eternal night that is Maginox. But it is big and winged and coming at you quickly.
Drian would try to make a perception check.
Go ahead. It's incredibly dark, Drian, but it's way bigger than a giant eagle. And it's way bigger than the ornithopter. You think it might even be as big as the Audacity, but certainly it can't be another airship.
Drian takes a minute and studies it and then just yells at everyone on the ship. Was it coming towards them or just in their general direction?
It's coming towards you.
Drian picks up his glaive and immediately yells back, "Rowley, Harkin, something's coming this way!"
You hear Rowley from the north. I see it! It's big. What is it, Drian?
I can't make it out. Drian starts fucking with the cannon. Harkin, come show me how to use this.
Right, there's 3 levers. Okay. Wang Doodle!
Yeah, you
Fuck
don't
it,
have to shout. I'm out here.
Wang Doodle, get on the other cannon, and he points at it.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Everyone get to position. And Wang Doodle runs up towards the bow of the ship to man the last cannon.
Drian's gonna try jumping up here. Christina, to try to get a better vantage point on whatever this is.
Oh yeah, make me a quick acrobatics check, please. Easily, Drian, you jump on top of the roof and get a better vantage. Now you can see. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I was actually going to ask if I could have advantage for that one.
Absolutely.
Right,
coming towards you from the northwest. One moment, please. Change this up a little bit. That is not exactly what I was looking for. With heavy beating wings that you can hear before you can see it. There is a massive dragon, a red dragon, coming towards the ship. Ah, I see it to the northwest. It's a dragon, big, red.
I guess, would this be a history check to figure out if Drian knows if red dragons are specifically friendly or menacing, or is this a general common knowledge?
Oh wait, hold on just a second. I apologize. I'm very stupid.
Is that the dragon talking?
No.
Don't be like that, dragon. It's all good.
Sorry. I have to take that back. Sorry. Big dragon. Big. White. Not red. Sorry, my eyes are playing tricks on me. You saw nothing.
So does Dreon know anything about... not would Dreon know. Is it common knowledge that, like, certain types of dragons are, like, potentially allies to mortals?
Make me an Arcana check or a History check. You can choose which one. You know at the very least, there's lots of different colors of dragons, and some of them are friendly. But not all of them.
Dreon is going to yell out to the bow of the ship. White dragons, do we know anything about them?
Wangdoodle, you can make me a history check with advantage.
Hooray! Here goes nothing.
Sheesh! Wangdoodle, what you know about white dragons is that they're generally acclimated well to cold. And in fact, with your mother being a white kobold, you know them to be rather, emotional. They can lash out, and they love to be in their lairs, surrounded by their accumulated wealth. Generally, white dragons will make their homes in frigid regions, far away from civilization. They tend to be loners and dislike visitors. But they don't go out of their way to angrily piss off anything unless it is near their lair.
We might be a little too close to home for this thing, but otherwise we should be fine if we don't engage.
Dreon watches it, but doesn't do anything.
The white dragon does a very quick loop around the Audacity, and you can see it zipping through the darkness.
Dreon just holds his glaive at his side. He doesn't raise it.
Wangdoodle's keeping a very careful eye and keeping hands off of the levers for right now.
Dragon quickly, for a moment, zooms into view with a beat of wings. Harkin, that's a big boy. That is a big boy.
Don't antagonize it.
There's a good dragon. A nice dragon. Dragon dips back into the darkness.
Okay, I think we're okay. We're just showing that we're just moving through.
The dragon hovers at the north part of the ship for just a moment, wings beating furiously as it gazes down at the current members of the Audacity. Rowley, gripping, slowly moving towards the other cannon, she grips one of the levers and watches the dragon.
No. Let's not make this worse than it needs to be.
Easy now. Easy. We don't want any trouble, dragon. Why don't you just go back to your nice cold cave, and we don't have to have a problem. Right? Everybody?
Dreon nods and holds his hands out at his side.
Listen, we don't have any offerings right now, just lots and lots of cannons. So I suggest that we both just go our separate ways.
Hey, listen, I don't like this any more than you do, but really, we're just trying to pass through. and you know, we're not a problem for you.
You hear the deep rumble of the dragon as it watches everyone on the deck curiously, looking at you all in turn.
Hey, you know, not to offend you or anything, but did you happen to see like a new influx of kobolds kind of in the area?
The dragon quickly, with a couple beats of its wings, flies straight up away from the ship. Woof, woof, woof.
I'll take that as a no.
Straight up.
Triana watches it.
And then it begins to come back down. It flies over the ship and lands with a thump on the bow. Whoa! Whoa!
Triana jumps
Whoa!
back.
It's all right. It's all right.
Hold!
There's no danger here. There's no danger here.
The dragon
Just,
very carefully puts its nuzzle to Wangdoodle and gives him a sniff.
yeah, sorry if I make you sneeze. I've been working in the labs a little bit.
The dragon folds its wings against its body. And briefly, it disappears into a cloud of arcane smoke. And then your mother is standing in front of you.
Oh, hey, Ma.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Drian, this is my
Right.
mother, Sik.
Drian gives her the once over.
Ma, you really got to be careful. You almost got yourself shot out of the sky like that.
I was just testing you, my small, sweet, and never calls his mother child. Come
Well, it's
here,
really hard
give Mummy a kiss.
With a 23 insight, would Drian discern that she's sincere and like just being excited to see Wangdoodle?
100%, though her entrance was quite dramatic. It seems like she is very excited to see Wangdoodle. She holds out her clawed kobold arms to the young Doodle.
Come here.
Drian sighs and takes a step back.
Wangdoodle hesitantly leans in and embraces his mother. You can't... Ma, we talked about this. You
I
can't
am
say-
a dragon now. I can do whatever I want, just like you, who left home whenever he wanted.
Yes, because I said I was going to go help fix a problem, and then you didn't like the fact that I was going to go fix the problem because of what I'm doing with the problem. But wait, when did this whole when?
Aren't you
Okay.
going to ask your dear mother where she got her glow up?
Well, yeah, that's what I was trying to get to. Thanks for cutting me off again, Ma.
Yes, but why don't you give your dear mother, get me out of the cold, and get me some cherry pie?
Well, you know I'm not the baker of the family, but I can at least get you inside. Come on, let's get you fed. All right, everyone, stand down. This is fine. This is
What?
hopefully fine.
Sick. Hello, Harkin. Fancy meeting you here. I'm surprised you haven't fallen off the bow of the ship yet. Why are you a dragon? I'm not telling you before I tell my own brood. That would be quite rude. Come, my progeny, feed me.
Yeah, okay. All right. Let's go. Anyone else hungry? Please? Anyone? Don't leave me alone.
What a good child. What a good child. Haken, why don't you go fix me up a cup of hot chocolate? What?
Dreon, help me out here. How do you say no to a dragon?
I don't know this person. Feels like you've got this, Harkin. And Treon walks towards Rowley.
See, Haken, you always have to solve your own problems, not look to others for help. Where's my cherry pie?
Meanwhile, Rain, what are you doing in Maginox?
I mean, Rain was just going to go to, like, the main street place that has all the vendors and stuff. On her way back to House Lunesti, completely oblivious that hijinks is afoot.
Very good. All right, we will leave Sick and Wangdoodle and Dreon for a moment as we return to the streets of Maginox. One moment, please. Rain, back at the streets of Maginox as you head back into town, you can already tell that tourism is finally coming back to the area, and the streets of Maginox are once again filled with vendors, visitors, residents, and other people hawking their wares.
Oh, hello.
Mora is at a vendor, and she has currently, in each of her hands, she has those Japanese dongo things, one in each hand, and she stuffs one into her mouth. Oh, Maginox has really good food.
Oh, does it? It has food now. That's a good step.
Well, if we're planning a party, we obviously have to get some of the best food in town, and you have the best taste buds that you could possibly be looking for in me, Mora.
Oh, is that true?
No, I just love food. These treats, they're very good, but not super filling. Kind of sweet. Here, Rain, try one. She hands you a dongo.
Rain will take a dongo.
Do you like sweet things, Rain?
Yes, I do. Rain will bite into one.
I like little doughy things. Do you want these at the coronation?
These are quite good, yeah.
The small goblin next to you turns around.
Ah, coronation? What's that? You mean like a king?
Yes, exactly like a king.
Coronation means, big party, right?
As a matter of fact, it does. Right, Mora?
Right. And are we divulging any information about this yet?
That's a great question. I have no idea. Producer Mora, where are we at in our roadmap?
Taste testing, followed by promotional opportunities with the future Queen of Maginox.
Oh, you bitch.
This is Rain Silversong, future Queen of Maginox. Can you believe it? Right here in the streets.
Wow. Is that true? Are you our queen?
I'm not your queen yet, no, but I am.
He stuffs Dongo in his mouth.
Yep. Nope. That's fair. I'm marrying Eris, Lunesty, soon to be king.
Oh, there's people start to gather around. What is this? Oh, Rain Silversong.
Oh, Mora, I have excellent news for you, by the way. Make sure you add pile of fucking cheese to your list, just so you know. Rain whispers venomously towards Mora.
Wait, pile of cheese. Okay, all right. We all have cravings. That's fine. Pile of cheese.
We will have 4 indignitaries.
What? More of them?
Yes. And the quality of cheese will be very persnickety. So make sure it's really good cheese.
Okay, noted. I'll have to hit the docks and see if we've got some new imports. But, I mean, maybe this is your time to make a good impression. Go on, impress your subjects. She nudges you while she vigorously eats this sweet treat.
I had a gift for you, but now I don't like you anymore.
This is your job now.
No, it's not. Hi, everyone. Lovely to meet you.
Wow, a real queen!
Well, not yet. There's still time.
A real future queen! Wow,
Yep.
I have a question.
He holds up his tiny green hand.
Yes. You, with the crown.
Yes, I love Maginox. I come back every year. But my favorite thing to see and do is no longer open. Are you gonna open up all the things?
He smiles.
Well, that's a very vague
It's
and
very
broad
vague.
question. What is your favorite thing to do in National?
Well, I have a really big family, and when it comes to visiting Maginox, I always want to make sure I come back with a really good tchotchke.
Okay, tchotchkes.
But they're like furry, and they help out around the house a little bit.
I do not know where this is going at all. Are we playing a game?
No,
He thinks. Rain, make me an insight check. Mora's like, I have no idea what this stupid goblin is talking about.
Of course. The stupid goblin conversation, Rain actually rolls an insight check worth a damn.
Rain, you have just a slightest inkling he might be referring to buying people. Or servants. Indentured ones.
I'm sorry, it's still not entirely clear to me what you're asking for. Do you want to buy...
I'm looking for
Are you-
intelligent, hired help that's stronger than me and then can protect me
So
and my
slaves.
family.
You're looking for slaves.
If they work for free out of fear, is that truly
Yep,
slavery?
Yeah, that's actually literally the definition of slavery. No, that will not be reopening.
But
And in fact,
but
you can get
gnolls,
the fuck out of Maginox right now.
gnolls aren't people. Is it so wrong to buy 1, 2, or 5 gnolls when you come visit Maginox? I think not.
Well, you would be wrong, and if you come to Maginox to buy people, I will make sure personally that you're thrown in jail and beheaded.
Oh, man. 2 years ago, gnolls weren't people. Now they're people. I hate this woke bullshit.
Yeah, he stomps off.
I have half a
And
mind to
Maginox.
disintegrate him right now.
I have 2 minds to disintegrate him. Where is he buying people from?
Oh, that was the Vicatus thing. They sold people.
Oh, I didn't know
Yep.
it got that bad.
Yeah, one of the many reasons that we killed all of them.
Excuse me, Miss Silversong?
Yes, are you here to bemoan the fact that slavery is now illegal in Maginox? Please tell me no.
No, I just wanted to say that I agree with your viewpoints, and the way you said it to that goblin with such strength and determination. I actually thought that you were gonna kill him on the spot. That really speaks to me, is your strength as a leader. Do you really feel like it's the end of the trade in Maginox? This is fantastic news.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, if you see any mention of it, please report it to a guard immediately.
Of course. I think most of that has honestly been dealt with the recent destruction of the Thieves Guild. There were rumors coming around that they were the ones who were importing and exporting. You get my drift.
I see.
But it's gone now. And I'm just so glad it's something like that will not sully the good name of Maginox. Some of us want to live here in peace and quiet. Thank you.
You're very welcome, but everybody deserves to live here peacefully and safely, and that is what we endeavor to provide. Everyone.
Your kindness will be spoken about for generations. You are a blessing, Miss Silversong. May your name be written in the stars.
Oh, thank you. I'm flattered.
That one leaves. And the other two, looking satisfied, nod. It speaks a lot to your strength.
So guys wearing crowns are basically like wearing MAGA hats, is that what we're saying?
Just that one! Don't go crazy!
Now illegal to wear MAGA crowns in Maginox. Beheaded on sight.
Make Maginox great again? Mugga? There's no A in there.
Mga.
Mga.
Gay.
Make Maginox great again.
Okay. Miss Silversong, things have improved so much since, well, the destruction of the Vicadans, and many of us that live in the city, and many of us that work in the city are eternally grateful for you. I know you've probably heard this 100, 1,000 times, but we all look forward to a new age where we don't have to consider selling our body parts on the black market just to make rent.
I would hate for you to have to do that, of course.
And I know a lot of the residents of this city, though they tolerated the blood trade, will be thankful that that's gone as well.
Well, vampires are certainly still permitted within Maginox, but the predatory trade, certainly under House Vicatus, will no longer be tolerated. But if there are vampires who still choose to live here, which of course I know many of them, as long as they abide by the rules and do not prey on others, I don't see any reason why we cannot coexist. But selling body parts, that is straight out, so if you hear anything, report that to a guard as well. That seems fishy.
What about the blood trade? The other Maginox resident says. The Vicadans most certainly took more blood than they could ever consume in a lifetime. There are rumors that it was being exported underground, perhaps to Vakaris or even Magmara. Is that something that you wish to continue?
I have no idea about a blood trade of exports. I mean, we want to take care of all of our citizens, including the vampires, but it should not be based off of bribery and extortion.
Rumor has it that the blood was exchanged for powerful magical artifacts coming from the lava drow. If that blood trade stops, are you worried that the lava drow, the Vicarans, will retaliate?
That's fascinating, but I don't discuss global geopolitics in the street, but I think we're perfectly safe from the Vicarans at this time.
Well, thank you. That puts my mind at ease. May your name be written in the stars.
Well, this is not a thing that we're starting. Mora, tell them this is not a thing that we're going to start, please.
What? The whole name thing, or the constant questions about your next plans?
No, the whole, name written in the stars thing, don't like that at all. That's not comfortable.
Oh, that sounds like a blessing, something that you're immortalized for all time.
It sounds very trendy.
We could tell him to call you by something else. What about the biting wind from the south? Or perhaps the savior of Maginox? I think you could choose your own title.
Fey Queen name?
Whatever sounds appropriately fanciful for the Fey courts. You know how they love that shit.
That's true. What was your mother called again?
The Queen of Air and Darkness.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, both things.
Quite a lot. That's a lot of things to be the queen of, honestly.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to fancy themselves, rulers of the night. The night really rules itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is kind of both honestly, the air and the darkness are rather large volume, not a lot of stuff, isn't it? Just
a lot of
open space.
Rain, you see a raven on the top of the building hop over, top of the building to the east. Hop over a couple times and fly down towards your location. And it immediately turns into Catherine. Boop. Rain.
Oh, Catherine. Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you as well. Did you know Bonsai is flying vigorously over Castle Vicadus and causing a massive surge of overgrowth on the grounds?
Yep, we're turning Castle Vicadus into a park.
A park? He's turning it into a foliage-dense, ruin. That your intent?
Well, we really don't want anybody wandering around those grounds now, do we? With all the things that people got up to there,
Curious, but acceptable. Let it be known that I do not need help growing anything in the Night Bloom Garden.
I'm sorry, this isn't a disagreement over the whole, destroying House Vicadus is a disagreement over aesthetic?
Bonsai is pushing their limits on what they have dominion over. Namely, these are my lands to protect, and I believe he is overstretching his bounds a bit. Perhaps he should have consulted with others before deciding on such drastic action. The influx of foliage will certainly be a haven to the local were-rats who live outside of Castle Vicadus.
So 2 things. 1, you should absolutely take this up with Bonsai. I think they absolutely should yes, absolutely, you should take that up with them. I'm sure this will be a really great conversation, and perhaps figure out the correct course of action for future dirt magic in and around Maginox. The second bit, though, interesting you bring it up. I did invite the Rat King to the coronation, and he very gracefully accepted. So that'll be neat.
Catherine's eyebrows shoot up out of her head.
What?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep, that happened.
And he accepted. Curious.
Yeah, so I don't really know anything about him aside from he's a king and maybe also a rat or rat-like thing. So Mora's going to make sure there's very good cheese available that was specifically requested.
You might want to add man flesh to that. The rats were noted meat eaters, destructors of any evidence of the Vicadans' wrongdoing, which they would immediately toss into their sewers. The rats would make quick work at picking the bones clean. Most certainly, many of them have become accustomed to the taste of blood and flesh. Be warned, inviting the rats into Maginox, for they may still have cravings.
Well, we have to start somewhere. They did seem awfully excited at the death of House Vicadus as well, so perhaps one of many sets of victims?
Just be warned. They have eyes where I do not.
That seems like a useful tool.
Perhaps. Or perhaps we can find ourselves with gnawed-off toes and digits in the middle of the night. Either or.
Well, I would prefer to make friends of the skittering swarms underneath the ground, if possible. Or at least give it a shot.
Your wish is my command, my queen.
Catherine says with some delightful irony.
Please don't do that, Catherine. It's unsettling.
And I believe that is where we'll end the session for today, as I think we lost Dreon a little bit ago.
Yep, he had to step away for take care of Tess.
Okay. As you have invited the local rat folk and were-rat population to the coronation, and Mora scouts out good food, Catherine warns you of the imminent plague, that plague of rats that may be coming down upon this party. And a surprise visitor, Sick, now a fully formed dragon and not a kobold, has visited her ingrateful son, Wangdoodle.
It's not a kobold.
We will do a little bit of catch-up with the crew next week.
Don't you love it when your mother shows up unannounced?
She did. She totally just didn't knock, showed up, and was like, I got remarried. I'm a dragon now. Feed me.
Wangdoodle, you never call me anymore.
You never call, you never write. You kicked me out of the house, Ma. You never talk to your mother. You kicked me out, Ma.
Also, Catherine, your local druid, is like super irritated at Bodsai regrowing parts of Maginox over House Vicadus.
Hey, they consulted with the future queen, who thought it was a good idea.
It's fine.
Catherine's like,
I don't think
fuck
Catherine
it.
and Rain really like each other very much to begin with, so.
When we first met her, I thought she was going to die. But yeah, I also thought we were going to kill every vampire.
I am actually a little shocked that Catherine's still around, to be honest.
What, you don't like the were-raven turned vampire?
No, you know me, I'm down for were-raven nonsense.
Yeah, but then Flix had to boner. Flix was like, I'm gonna fuck that.
Honestly, the real reason that we didn't kill Catherine is, I'm pretty sure, mostly because of Flix.
Yeah.
And then we saved her, mostly because of Flix. So, yeah.
And then she somehow was affiliated with Saithis' armor, so he was like, I guess you're not all bad.
Yeah, it's fine. I think Akashaba, if we had let Akashaba have his way, Catherine wouldn't be with us today.
Well, Catherine, also being a druid of the land, also probably knew about the existence of Tapio and the Arborians at one point, and kept the husk around as a reminder of the folly of the plant people.
Well,
But
she
now
doesn't have her memories back yet, right?
she does not.
That could be spicy.
That could be extremely spicy. But we'll see how that goes. Next week. And I think Adrian was out next week. Is that correct?
I think Rand's out the next 2, is what he said.
Okay.
He'll be in Japan.
So I do believe we will still play without Drian because we have a couple of things that we can catch up on. I'd like to flesh out the Wang Doodles and 6-6 stuff. I'd like to work on the coronation things. But I would expect when we do play in the coronation session that everyone will be there. So we may have a couple important but character arc building episodes without Drian until he gets back. I would rather do that
I'm
than
drop
not
some
play.
schedule stuff in chat, but
Okay.
I support that.
Okay, sounds good. But otherwise, that is it for today. Thank you all for joining. Wang Doodle's mom is a dragon. Catherine is irritated at Bonsai for growing plants where he did not get permission. And Rain is now a celebrity. Hooray.
Hate it. Hate it.
Thank you all for gaming with me. I will check all of your schedule stuff in the Discord, but otherwise, I will see Bonsai and Rain and Wang Doodle next week. Hopefully, cross fingers.
Yep, that should be good for next one.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for playing, and I will see you guys next week.
Thanks,
Ciao.
Christina.
Don't forget your
Good night.
herbology license.
I love it.
Ooh, yeah, permits. Oh man, I'm gonna have to learn all about this in real life too.
Oh my god. His circle of the
Yeah,
land
good to
druids are just getting irritated. My land!
I'm just gonna plant bamboo everywhere and see what happens.
You
That's basically what Bonsai's
motherfucker.
doing.
You can't get rid of that stuff.
Exactly, it's great.
Dude, Bonsai is busy raising Aurelian plants in Maginox, and it's just
Yes. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
what is this? This is a hostile flora takeover.
I did prepare daylight during that last long rest, so yeah. Shenanigans may ensue.
That's banned. That is banned.
Yeah,
Judge?
Bonsai doesn't know that.
Judge, Rain?
I
Guard?
look forward to having to execute Bonsai to uphold the laws of Maginox.
Oof.
Hold on, who's the druid equivalent of J.G. Wentworth? It's his land. Let him use it when he needs it.
That's Catherine.
Or their land. Use it when they need it.
Yeah, Catherine's the Secretary of the Interior.
Yeah. She is the druid of the land of Maginox.
She's gonna be all of her ravens are just gonna be posted up in little checkpoints all around Polaris. You have to check all of your produce, city plants, declare them at the border before you're let in.
These seeds are dangerous. We can't
And
let
it's
them in.
entirely Bonsai's fault.
Yes. God damn it, Bonsai. You're gonna fuck up this entire ecosystem.
Do
What
you
are
want
consequences?
invasive weevils? Because this is how you get invasive weevils.
All right, everybody. Don't forget to fill out your herbalism licenses. I'll see you next week.
Night.
night.
Have a good night. Thanks.
Night. All right, everybody. And that is it for Ascended today. Whoa. Thanks for watching. And thanks for joining me. Etc. Nukiyashi, Goose, thank you guys for watching. And everybody else, you can catch our VODs over on Arctis DD on YouTube. You can also watch us live there. Wags eyebrows. Catch our shorts and our funny moments over on Play Arctis on Twitter and TikTok. We have social media. And we love sharing funny moments and your cool D&D stuff. And I'm Zarina. Thank you for watching. The players have a lot to do, and we do have a few people or a few things to do while Dreon is out for the next couple of weeks while he's in Japan. And we'll make the most of it, as we have a very big coronation happening. And then we will delve into the last parts of the Arctis Ascended campaign, the Great Ice Library. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.